Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating, strictly structured powers of the Nine Titans. Now, if you're familiar with the Attack on Titan universe, you already know there's this massive, incredibly complex web of global politics at play. But you know what? We're going to leave all that heavy politics at the door today. We are going straight into the lore. We're talking mechanics, raw power, and the absolutely wild, unique abilities of these incredible entities. But first, let's just quickly establish a baseline here. Normal titans are essentially these massive living creatures that look a lot like giant unclosed humans. And their one primary directive? Hunt and hurt people. They are absolutely terrifying on their own, for sure. But honestly, they completely pale in comparison to the specific, specialized 9 titan powers we're about to unpack. To make sense of it all, I've organized these powers into 4 escalating categories. We're going to kick things off with the heavyweights, move right into speed and utility, get a little weird with the unpredictable wildcards, and finally wrap up with the absolute reality-breaking god-tier powers. Okay, let's jump straight into Section 1. These are your massive, physically imposing heavyweights. Tracing the armored Titan's history is pretty wild. This power first emerged right after the death of the very first Titan, Ymir Fritz. From there, it was held by warring Eldian houses for an agonizingly long 1,700 years, before eventually falling to the nation of Marley. By the year 843, it was passed down to Reiner Braun. And look, the armored Titan is exactly what it sounds like. It is basically a walking tank. It carries armor so thick that normal scout blades literally snap off of it. I mean, this is the thing that smashed straight through the gates of the Shiganshina district. Sure, it moves incredibly slow because of all that heavy plating, but the defense is so absolute that humanity had to literally invent explosive thunder spears and advanced artillery just to scratch the guy. And that brings us to the second heavyweight, the Colossal Titan. Wow, talk about extreme trade-offs. On one hand, you have devastating power. It's 60 meters tall. It destroyed Wall Maria with a single kick. And its transformation alone creates an explosion on par with a small nuclear reactor, which, crazily enough, the user can actually control so they don't accidentally vaporize their own troops. But on the flip side, it is painfully slow. Its hands are weirdly small compared to its massive body, making it absolutely terrible at close-quarters combat. So to defend its vulnerable neck from those fast-moving scouts, it actually has to burn its own muscle mass to emit this scorching hot steam and blow enemies away. It really is the ultimate hit-or-miss weapon. Let's move on to our next tier. We're shifting away from pure brute force and looking at tactical speed and utility on the battlefield. When you break down their specific capabilities, each of these titans fills a very particular tactical niche. The female titan? Incredible stamina for long, drawn-out fights. Plus, if things get bad, the user can encase themselves in an unbreakable crystal cocoon. And in a really morbid twist, she can scream to attract regular titans to come and literally eat her own body, which creates enough chaos and steam for the user to escape. Then you have the Jaw Titan, functioning as a rapid assault weapon. It's incredibly fast, and those jaws can chew straight through solid steel and even other titans' hardened armor. Finally, there's the Cart Titan. It has unmatched endurance. We're talking transforming over 100 times without the user even breaking a sweat, which makes it perfect for long missions or mounting heavy machine guns right on its back. Honestly, the phrase small pack, big bang completely hits the nail on the head when it comes to the Jaw Titan. Don't let its smaller size fool you into thinking it's weak. Its speed allows it to literally dodge bullets, and its bite force means it can tear through hardened armor to take down or at least cripple enemies that are 5 times its size. It's the ultimate glass cannon. But hey, holding these legendary powers isn't exactly a walk in the park. The Cart Titan actually has a really severe real-world drawback. Because the Titan operates entirely on all fours, the users, like Pike, are stuck in that exact quadrupedal position for months at a time during deployments. The crazy part? They literally forget how to walk normally. When they finally pop out of the Titan and go back to human form, they have to crawl on the floor or lean on crutches just to get around. It's such a gritty, fascinating detail about the physical toll these powers demand. All right, now we pivot to the truly strange stuff with our third category, the unpredictable wildcards. Zeke's Beast Titan is an anomaly. First off, it's a 17-meter-tall ape covered in fur, and it can actually hold a conversation with you. But its true horror is its horrifyingly simple 3-step process for creating an army. If a normal person somehow intakes Zeke's spinal fluid, maybe it's in their drink or a gas. All Zeke has to do is scream. That's it. The second he screams, those people instantly transform into mindless titans on his command. And in combat, Zeke operates like a real-life aimbot. He literally crushes giant boulders into smaller rocks and pitches them at enemies with such terrifying, devastating accuracy that he can wipe out entire armies from a mile away. Oh, and here is a crazy fact about the Beast Titan. Its animal form actually changes depending on the user. Throughout the lore, there have been Beast Titans that look like giant crocodiles, snakes, rabbits, and even dinosaurs. You literally never know what you're going to get. Meanwhile, the Warhammer Titan just completely flips the script on how Titan combat works. See, most Titan users sit right inside the nape of the Titan's neck, right? Not the Warhammer. It secures its users safely underground in hardened crystal and then remotely pilots the Titan body up on the surface using this long cord made of flesh, so you can literally chop the Titan's head clean off and the user won't die. Combine that with its overpowered ability to instantly manifest flexible weapons, like a massive crossbow or giant spikes shooting out of the ground, and it is an absolute nightmare to fight. And finally, we've reached the climax of our escalation arc. Section 4, the God-tier powers. These are the ones that just completely break the rules of reality. So you might be wondering, why does Aaron's Attack Titan seem so totally unstoppable throughout the story? Well, while the baseline Attack Titan is definitely a force to be reckoned with, Aaron's version is uniquely devastating because it's a hybrid. It's this insane mix of the base Attack Titan, combined with the hardening abilities stolen from the Armored Titan, plus the ultimate God-tier powers of the Founding Titan, which he got through his father. He basically stacked multiple Titan powers into one single vessel. And that perfectly leads us to the absolute strongest entity in this universe, the Founding Titan. It's basically the ultimate administrator over an entire race. Now, its full power is exclusive to those with royal blood, but just listen to what it can do. It can turn any subject into a Titan and completely control them just by screaming, even if they are in human form. It can casually wipe or alter the memories of entire populations, physically manipulate their biological structures, and even speak telepathically directly into their minds. It is way beyond a physical threat. It literally controls the biology and consciousness of its subjects. But how is that terrifying telepathy and control even possible? It all comes down to this concept called the path. Now, this isn't a physical place you can just walk to. Think of it as this ethereal, metaphysical Wi-Fi network that connects every single Eldian. It's the realm where Ymir, the very first Titan, slaved away alone for centuries, literally sculpting the Titans out of sand. The Founding Titan essentially uses this higher dimension to instantly bypass the rules of space and time to command its subjects. Which leaves us with this final, totally mind-bending reality to think about. We know the Founding Titan, and the Attack Titan for that matter, can inherit memories from the future. The user experiences time completely non-linearly. They see the past, the present, and the future all happening at the exact same time. But there is a massive catch. The inheritors are fundamentally forced to just go with the flow of predetermined events. Changing what you see is basically impossible. So I leave you with this. If holding the ultimate God-tier power means you already know exactly what's going to happen and your only choice is to just play out your part in the timeline, are you ever truly all-powerful? Or are you just a prisoner to time itself? Thank you so much for exploring the lore with me on this explainer. Keep wondering, and I'll catch you on the next one.